Hello and thank you for joining us for this week's track guide in association with Kireth Esports. This is for Dragon Trail Seaside, Group 3 cars, and it's 4 laps. We've obviously seen this combo come up a million times, but I've managed to make some decent improvements this time round compared to my previous laps, so hopefully some good points in here for you. I managed to get a really good lap time. I think it could have been, well, it easily could have been a 35 with just a small tweak here or there, so let's get into the lap guide and break it down. I do change the brake balance around a little bit, so you'll see that for certain corners I use different brake balances. If you want to follow that, then do, but if you're not comfortable with changing brake balance while you're driving, I'd recommend leaving it on +2 for the whole lap. That's probably the best thing, or +1 if you find that a little bit too much rotation. But if you can change the brake balance for the really heavy braking sections, then I think that really helps. So let's get into that and see how it all works. So here we are with the start of the lap, and we've got the brake balance set to 0, so for any of these more heavy braking sections we're having even brake balance, and then we're going to put it to positive when we need to rotate a little bit more. Just before the curb, getting heavy on the brakes, down to third, trail brake in, and just clip the inside of that curb with your left tyre. Full power in between, but then do lift just as you touch that right hand curb, and then feed the power back in on the exit. For this next flat out corner, if you are going to cut it, make sure that your right tyres don't touch the inside of the curb or it's going to kick the car up, so only left tyres on there. Brake in just before the start of the shadow from the boom lift. Trail braking down into second, take plenty of this curb on the right, and you can start feeding the power in once you're on that curb pretty much, and then use this curb here on the exit. The next brake marker we're looking out for is the orange barrier on your right. So as the orange barrier on your right here comes to an end, that's where I'm just doing a dab on the brakes down to 4th, but then do short shift back up to 5th and then accelerate, and you can use the edge of these curbs to help rotate the car. Just while we're going down the back straight here, take a minute just to ask you to please smash the like button if you're enjoying the video and if it's helping you out. Now, just in between the 150 and the 100 board here, nearer to the 150, getting heavy on the brakes, down into second, clip this apex here, and then again, as soon as you've clipped that curb, you can start feeding the power in. You do need to be gentle on feeding the power though at first, and then make sure you short shift to third to stop the back end from stepping out. And for the death chicane, you want this to be one smooth turning on the left. So you see here, I don't really lift away from turning left the whole time. Come in close to this barrier on the left, little bit of a lift, flick across, and then straight back on the power. So you don't want to do a full lift, that will unsettle the car. And make sure you get really close to that first left-hand barrier. That's going to be your key to getting a good exit through there. Now braking just before the 100 board, down to third initially, but then as we get towards the curbing starting on the right-hand side, down to seconds, and then get on the power nice and early. And you see here, this is where I think I just lose a little bit of time. Other than that sector 1, we just clip the curb and bounce up here a little bit, which probably cost me just a fraction of a second, but it was good enough still for a 36.015. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, please do drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll leave you with the lap guide now to play out at full speed. Good luck with your qualifying.